TFA 1024, where your entertainment will be transformed!
Transformers.
Ba weep grog na weep nitty bong, my fellow addicts. This is TFA 1024, the TF Addict, coming to you with yet another TFA review. And this time, a huge shout out to CopperBotShots on Instagram for allowing this review to be possible, as well as just helping me out in general. But today, we're taking yet another trip into the Transformers Cyberverse toy line. We're looking at the brand new Transformers Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventures Cybertronian Villains Repugnus Revenge 4-pack. As you can see right before you, we have the Repugnus as well as the Pesticons in their monster modes. And yes, they are officially called the Pesticons. But before I do that, just real briefly want to talk about the packaging for this whole figure, this whole set. I really like the usage of the environment where we first see the Repugnuses and the Pesticons. I guess Repugnus and the Pesticons? I don't really know. I really like that they actually utilize that actual setting where you first see them in their first debut. I thought that was really clever. And it's a nice backdrop, so they're kind of diving a little into like Studio Series-ish territory, but I very much like that little aspect. I think it was neat. But on the back, like I was saying, they are officially called the Pesticons. So taking a look at Repugnus and the Pesticons, as you can see, they are of nice variety of color. So taking a look at the little guys first, these are the tiny turbochanger Repugnus. It's not the original Repugnus, and now I kind of want the original one. But they're just decked out in some nice plastic, red plastic. You got your white plastic, you got the yellowish greenish for the optics. You got some white right there for the teeth, like a grayish white. And then of course you have some silver, gunmetal gray. And not really much else paint, because where else would you put it? It's just a tiny little figure. So, you got the blue one. Guess what? No difference. He's blue. The only difference really is like he has white optics. Green one, he's just lime green. Same old. Back. There you go. But taking a look at Repugnus himself, this is the official one-step changer for Repugnus. At least in this set. I don't know the color scheme. I just think it's an evil version of Repugnus because, spoiler alert, he already exists as the regular Repugnus. He has a one-step changer already, so it's just a repaint of an already existing figure, nothing new, but he does still possess the gruesome chomp, which is a spring-loaded gimmick, but also you can just... I wouldn't really call that gruesome, but I mean, hey... It works. It's more like gruesome grip. It's not even like a chomp. It's just, that's a grip. So they lost a perfectly good opportunity for an alliteration. It's such a shame. Anyway, size comparison is obviously pretty similar. There they are with all of them. Here he is again with one-step changer Repugnus. Here he is with Titan's Return Repugnus. Here he is with the Prime Wars trilogy Repugnus. And you got a happy little family of Pesticons that also happen to have 3 identical triplets. Transformation on these guys is very simple. One-step changers, pretty easy. Tiny turbo changers are kind of a little more involved, but not too much. So to demonstrate transformation for the one-step or tiny turbo changers, the whole section over here goes down like so. These go around, rotate the head downward, and then rotate it 360 or 180 degrees on that ball joint, and then just kind of leave it rest right there. And then you got one of them transformed. To transform Repugnus, very easy. He is quoted as a one-step changer, and unfortunately that is not the case. So come on down here to the feet, and then all of this will rotate upward. Move the arms out of the way, move that out of the way. Come down here, and make sure this is extended outward, like so. Let it rest against... And there's a peg, by the way. There's a slot right there. There's a peg right there. Put that in. Have the feet mount up if you really want to, but really you're supposed to keep them down. Rotate at the shoulders. Also make sure that snaps in. This is honestly something I don't really care for. There's not really enough grip here. So if I recommend like some super glue, let it dry, and then put it in. But for me, it's super floppy. So... that's something you're going to run into. And it's going to happen every time you move the arm. So move the arm downward. Rotate the arm down at the shoulder. Rotate it at the fist from the wrists. But there you have Repugnus and his Pesticon in their respective robot modes. Now, looking at them all first glance, yeah, you're basically paying, I think it was like $20 for a 4-pack of a one-step changer and then a couple tiny turbo changers. But honestly, I didn't mind doing it because I personally like the whole Pesticon group idea. I also just really like Repugnus being a species of characters or a species of beasts on the planet Cybertron. It's something very different and very diverse compared to that of the G1 continuity, where Repugnus is a member of the Monster Bots. But I like that this is kind of like a way to bring him back in a new, modern style. I think it works very well, for the show at least. For the toy, however, there are definitely some issues I have with it. I mean, why is this named Repugnus? First of all, Repugnus is the name of the species. This is not Repugnus. You do have a very nice head sculpt on him. He looks very nice, very neat. Not really any paint in the optics other than some white eyes. So, I mean, you could just take a little bit of, like, you could take a little bit of red paint or something and give him some proper optics. You do have a very nice Decepticon insignia right there on the chest. Nice tampergraph right there, and it's very shiny. So it's something that makes a statement for sure. A lot of nice molding detailing for a one-step changer. You got some molding detailing up here in the shoulders and the chestial region and the abdomen. It almost looks like he has a 3-pack. Down here in the legs, definitely. And, of course, you're noticing, he does have quite a bit of a backpack. But it doesn't really get in the way of his overall structural integrity. Like, the dude can stand. His stability is no problem whatsoever. But he is just kind of like all this on a but again, it's a one-step changer, so you're paying for what you buy or what you get. So I did mention he does have his issues, like this whole thing. It's not a stable enough connection because it's like I can even move his arm, and if I wanted to move it back down, that already comes undone. So a little bit of super glue on those ball joints or those pegs, and let it dry, and then it should form a stable connection. But yeah, like I said, he does have a little bit of weight issue. So the one-step changers, or the tiny turbo changers, rather, these guys are kind of cool. I don't really get the appeal to these guys other than they're little versions of already existing characters. They're chibis, basically. You also have a lot of nice molding detailing, given the plastic. You also have some nice yellow optics picked out. A nice yellow molded Decepticon insignia with yellow paint on top of it. And just a lot of nice molding detailing in general. No articulation, unfortunately, unless you count this. Which I suppose you could if you wanted to, but they're just made to stand there. Same goes for all three of them. So unfortunately, they're not anything super special, but hey, they can at least be part of the Cyberverse toy line. And honestly, I'm okay with that. Now for size comparison. Here is a Repugnus holding a Repugnus that's also a Headmaster with a Headmaster Repugnus. That is a sentence I just said, and I stand by it. So my overall thoughts on the Repugnus Revenge 4-pack is honestly very similar to how I felt with the Sinister Strike Force Seekers 4-pack. The feelings are very much the same. The only reason I bought this was because, one, CopperBotShots made this set affordable for me. I could have bought this at Target. I haven't seen it at Target. I haven't even been giving my local stores the light of day because the distribution has been pretty poor. Until I found Snapdragon the other day, and I now question everything. I thoroughly enjoy these guys, don't get me wrong. The one-step Repugnus is honestly a lot of fun, but the tiny turbo changers are just kind of static. They don't really do anything. They just stand there. At least with Repugnus, or as I like to call this guy, Repulsor, he actually has some like articulated arms. He doesn't have a lot of leg movement, but hey, it's articulation on a one-step changer nonetheless, and I'm happy to take that for what it is. If you want this set, get it. If you want to save your money and put it towards something else, go ahead and do so. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours. If you want to buy it, then I strongly say, pick this set up. It's a lot of fun. It has its use. It helps bulk up the Decepticons yet again, because Lord only knows the Decepticons need as many toys as possible, more so than the Autobots. And you get to put in funny scenarios like this. They're Pesticons. They're pestering Starscream. Get it? Jokes? Stupid? Yeah, okay. But as an overall recommendation standpoint, I say save your money and get something else, me personally. However, if you're like me and you want to collect them all like Pokemon, then by all means, pick this set up. Because while it's not necessarily a necessity to your collection, the Repugnus Revenge 4-pack from Transformers Cyberverse is a very fun little addition to it, as well as a very nice addition and a very welcome addition to your Cyberverse Decepticons. So pick it up if you want to, because I recommend, so you can decide. But that's pretty much all there is to say, my fellow addicts. A huge thank you once again to CopperBotShots for making this review possible. Thank you so much for making this available for me, sir. I really do appreciate it. I've had a lot of fun with the set, and you helped me get something that I really wanted for the collection, and I really do appreciate it. And a huge thank you to all my patrons as well who are supporting me financially. It really does mean a lot, and it helps fuel the show, as well as just fueling future content and more fun things we can do together. Like a possible potential giveaway that may or may not be happening. More details soon. And hey, while you're at it, please feel free to click the links down in the description down below. It'll take you either to patreon.com/TFA1024, where you too can become a fan addict, and also feel free to transform your style with the brand new TFA 1024 merch line, available now at teespring.com/stores/TFA1024YT. And if you're new to the channel or just a regular lurker type viewer, then please by all means feel free to click that big red subscribe button so I can transform your entertainment one video at a time. But with all that being said, my fellow addicts, that's pretty much all there is to say. So this has been my video review on the Transformers Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventure Cybertronian Villains Repugnus Revenge 4-pack, and I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And please remember, my fellow addicts, until next time, to get addicted, stay addicted, and TF Addicts for life! This is TFA 1024, the TF Addict, rolling out till all are one for now.